I don't want to prick my finger 4 times a day and track how many carbs I'm eating and go through that process. It will never just be the 3 of us again, and that just makes me want to cry. The next one's a big one, and it's the fear of the effect of our marriage. Hello you guys, and welcome back to another video. If this is your first time watching any of my videos, my name is Kylene. I am 26 years old. I'm a first-time mom to my almost 10-month-old son, Rocky, which is crazy. But as you guys can see from the title, today I am sharing my fears surrounding having another baby. And there's a lot of prefacing I feel like I need to do for this video, and the first one is that I'm not pregnant, but I am very excited to get pregnant in the future, and I'm just so excited to have another baby. I do want 4 children, and I would like them to be fairly close in age, and so it's about that time. And so yeah, I'm just really excited to have another baby, but of course with that, there's so many fears that come with getting pregnant again and having another child, and I just feel like if this can help anyone just like feel less alone, I'm glad. And if not, I just really like sharing my real and raw feelings and being vulnerable with you guys. So I hope that you guys enjoy it and can see my just like pure intentions of sharing this video. I also just want to preface that I know so many people struggle with infertility, and I don't want this video to be insensitive in any way. I do feel like even if that is your struggle, I'm sure you've had some fears about pregnancy and life after pregnancy with your child. And so I'm just hoping that this resonates with anyone. So anyways, that is all the prefacing I'm going to do. But before I jump into today's video, I do want to thank Dossier for partnering with me again. If you guys have not seen all of my previous videos, then you wouldn't know. I've worked with them a few times in the past, and I'm very excited to work with them again. If you guys don't remember, Dossier is a perfume company that reproduces high-end quality perfumes for a fraction of the price. And how it works is you basically go onto their website and find a scent that resonates with you, and then you purchase it, and they will send you the full bottle as well as a little sample for you to try it out. And I highly recommend trying the sample first, because if you don't like it, you can send it back. As long as the full bottle is sealed, they will refund you 100%, no questions asked. The scent that I personally went with this time was actually for Nathaniel. I have a few myself, and I thought it would be fun to gift him a bottle. And so I got the woody sandalwood one, and it honestly just smells like a very masculine, like musky scent, if that makes sense. It kind of reminds me of the mahogany teak wood candle from Bath & Body Works, just kind of very manly. The scent inspiration is Le Libo Santal 33. Don't judge me on how to pronounce that. There is a card that comes in it that kind of tells you about the scent and where the inspiration came from and how they were able to take that scent and make it their own affordable scent. And to touch on that point, every single bottle is $29, and they also allow you to do bulk deals where if you buy 3 or more perfumes, you can save 25% off and get free shipping. So that's super cool. They're always adding new scents to their site, so I'm sure that you guys can find something that you like. In the past, I've done the Floriental Almond, Floriental Pear. I know we have like a lavender one. I have like an orange blossom one. I have a lot of the like fruity, flowery scents, and they all smell super good. So if you guys want to check out Dossier, then click the link in my bio and use the code Kylene10 for 10% off your purchase. All right, let's jump into my fears surrounding having another baby. So I'm going to start with my fears that affect me personally, and then I will jump into other categories, but by no means are these listed out in any significance of importance. I'm just literally listing off things I can think of. And then I also had Nathaniel tell me some fears that he had, so I'm gonna kind of like sprinkle those in too. Unfortunately, he is working, or I would have him just jump in with me, but I'll just kind of speak for him on what he told me. So I hope that you guys enjoy, and let's just start with fear number 1. Fear number 1 is the most superficial one, so I'm just gonna get out of the way. But my biggest fear when it comes to myself is just how it's going to affect my body. So the most superficial part I'll talk about is just my physical body. I have not completely lost all of my baby weight. I'm about like 6 pounds above my pre-pregnancy weight, and I have always wanted to get back to that before trying again, but the motivation just like has not been there. Before I got pregnant with Rocky, I feel like I've said this 1,000 times, but I was in super good shape. I was very cautious about what I put into my body, and I was working out a ton. And I still am very cautious about what I put into my body, and I am still working out. But at the end of the day, I've been snacking so hard, and I just can't seem to want to let that go, and it's definitely allowing me to hold on to some extra weight. And so I guess my fear with that is just to continuously have additional pounds that are staying on my body with each kid, and that pre-pregnancy weight just continuing to rise. So yeah, I'm not really stoked about that one. I still do have some time before we are officially trying. I'm not really gonna announce when we're officially trying, but there's still potential for that fear to kind of go away a little bit more, but that is a fear that I have, and that's something that has honestly been something that has pushed back me wanting to have my next child any sooner. And then the other part about my physical body is I'm afraid to get gestational diabetes again, and I don't want to prick my finger 4 times a day and track how many carbs I'm eating and go through that process. The unfortunate thing about having it is the next time you are pregnant, you're screened at 12 weeks instead of 28 weeks. And so if I do have it again, I am going to be doing that for so much longer throughout my pregnancy. Like that's literally, I mean, 6 months out of my pregnancy, I would be doing it. So that part I'm not excited for, and I'm very nervous. My first pregnancy, I only did it from 30 weeks to 40 weeks. And so to start at 12 weeks just sounds like so much. So that is a huge fear I have about my next pregnancy. I don't really know how I'm going to tackle it because I don't really feel like I had gestational diabetes. I never really had high numbers. I never had high morning numbers, and yeah, I don't know. I will deal with it when the time comes, and I will hopefully share with you guys what I do about it, but that is definitely a huge fear. And then a fun one about my body is I'm afraid for hemorrhoids again, which I hate being known as the hemorrhoid girl, but I just feel like I had no idea that was something that you could get. And although they are temporary, they are very painful, especially for me the first couple days. And so I don't really want to go through that again. But again, it's temporary. It's not that big of a deal at the end of the day, but it's a little fear for sure. Okay, next fear is the effect it'll have on Rocky. And it's funny because when you are the mom, I feel like you can say advice to other people, but it's actually so much harder for you to take your own advice. And I know Rocky will adjust fine and he'll be fine, but he is super dependent on me and very clingy to me. And I just feel like sharing my time and attention with him is going to be hard, and it makes me sad for him because he doesn't know anything different. It's just been us, and it makes me sad for him because it's gonna change his world a lot too. Nathaniel's comment on this was that it will never just be the 3 of us again, and that just makes me wanna cry because I really love our dynamic and I love the life that we are living, just the 3 of us right now. And it's just crazy to think it'll never be the same again, which was something I struggled with when I was pregnant, about knowing it'll never just be me and Nathaniel. So clearly, like, I've gotten over that and I've really enjoyed it being the 3 of us. So it'll be the same with the next child, but as much like joy and positivity that'll bring, it definitely still comes with the fact that things will change. All right, the next one's a big one, and it's the fear of the effect of our marriage. Me and Nathaniel did not fight really before having Rocky. I feel like we had a lot of time to ourselves in our relationship. We were together, I think 9 years before we had Rocky, and so we kind of figured it out, and we knew how to communicate, and we knew what bothered each other, and we worked through it very well. But adding a child into the mixture has definitely rocked us a little bit. I'm not to say that like we fight excessively or anything like that, but we've definitely bickered more than we have in our entire relationship. And I feel like we're finally starting to like figure out what triggers are for each other, and just like how to kind of go about being parents together, and how to just kind of respect each other's opinions. And I feel like it makes sense what I'm trying to say, even though I'm rambling, but I just feel like we're gonna have to relearn that again, because adding another kid will always change the dynamic, and it adds like a whole nother level of stress. And so it really kind of makes me sad to think that it's gonna kind of rock us a bit again, and we're gonna have to just deal with that, like the negative repercussions for it for a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like too, it means less time for us. That is something that Nathaniel had said, was just it's even less time that him and I will have together, which it's already super hard to find time for just the 2 of us when it comes to like dating and stuff. We of course have it at the end of the day whenever Rocky goes to sleep. But yeah, it's just sad because it's just a little bit less time, just the 2 of us. All right, the next one is a very personal one again, and it's the fear of the effect of my career. Having Rocky alone has been such a big shock for me when it comes to time for myself and me being able to do things for myself and for my business. it is very hard to find time. Like, I'm recording this during his nap. I'm constantly looking down to make sure that he's asleep, and I know I'm on a ticking timer, and I've got to get this done and hopefully edited soon so I can share it with you guys. But I just have naps in before and after the day starts, and when you add being tired, you don't really want to work in the morning or at the end of the day, and sometimes during the middle of the day you need a break and you don't really get it because you're working. And to add a whole nother kid with that means that while one is sleeping, the other one probably is going to be awake, and I won't be able to maximize on nap times as much as I can now, which honestly is kind of a blessing now because I have quite a while before another kid would actually be here. And so it makes me realize that I do have a lot of time now with his naps where I don't have anyone else relying on me. But yeah, that part is a fear, and that was another thing that Nathaniel had mentioned as well, was just like his fear for me of just having even less time for myself and it being more pressure on me to do more, because as the mom, I definitely have more things demanding of me than he would. And so yeah, it's just gonna affect me again, which again, that sounds so selfish and I'm not meaning it to be. I'm just trying to share like a real vulnerable like fear. But yeah, that one's gonna be hard to figure out again, and I feel like I'm finally in a good routine now, and when we have another baby, it's just gonna be rocked entirely again, which is okay. But it took me way longer than I thought to kind of overcome it the first time. Okay, the last one, I don't know if many of you are gonna resonate with this one, but all of my schedule-based people will, and it's the fear of the schedule, because I have a friend who has 2 kids. Allie, I don't know if you're watching this, but hi. She and I have talked about this, and she has a 2.5-year-old and like, I think he's like 5 months or so now. And they're just on completely different schedules. And I've tried to hang out with friends who have a baby on 1 nap when I have a baby on 2 naps, and they are complete opposite schedules. And it just is super hard to coordinate times, and I don't want to be a slave to my house where I'm always home because one of the kids are napping. But I also know the benefits of the schedule, and I've seen Rocky flourish in one, and I don't want to be so lax on my next kid where he doesn't get good sleep because of it and he has negative repercussions from it. And I'm not trying to bash on anyone who doesn't do a schedule, but I just have seen when Rocky's overly tired, and it's not fun for anyone. So yeah, I know that one's kind of like an irrational fear. It's not that big of a deal. We'll figure it out, but I just want the second child to have as much, I guess, grace and effort that I put into with the first when it came to doing that, because putting your kid on a schedule is not easy. It's very hard, and it requires a lot of sacrifice for you, and to continue to do that with 2 kids would mean that I would be missing out on a lot more activities when it comes to hanging out with friends or socializing with our families and that kind of thing. So that's definitely a fear too, where I just feel like, how the heck am I gonna get anything done? How am I gonna be able to enjoy anything with just 2 schedules that are completely conflicting? I know that the next kid will probably be more flexible than Rocky is. They won't know any different because that will be their normal. They'll never be an only child. So I do know that it will be their normal and they'll figure it out. But it just makes me a little sad because I know I've been able to give Rocky my full attention with that. And yeah, I'm rambling. Okay, I just wanted to end on like a positive note, because despite all of these fears, there's so many joys that come with another child. I seriously cannot wait to watch Rocky have a sibling. I cannot wait to watch Nathaniel be a dad to another baby. We were very fearful of the newborn stage, and I feel like we didn't know what was going on, and so we didn't really enjoy it. So I'm excited to just like enjoy that baby stage again, just the little cuddles and just like, I don't know, the brand new baby. And I'm excited to see Nathaniel with a brand new baby, because he was so scared with Rocky because he had never had a little baby before. And yeah, I really want 4 kids, and there's not really anything that I've gone throughout parenthood that would change my mind. It's definitely hard work, but when I have these fears, I try and think of just the later life. Like, I understand that these phases are temporary, and the stage in life I'm in is temporary. And I try to think of like myself as a grown adult with all of my kids grown up, and just like how fun it's going to be to have family gatherings with all of our kids and their kids, and it just be like this huge family event. Because I feel like as I've gotten older, I've realized that family literally is everything, and friendships are harder to maintain than family. And I just want a lot of family surrounding us with a lot of love. So yeah. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you can see my intentions of sharing it, and I hope that it does not come off insensitive in any ways, because I'm just trying to be real with you guys and just share what's on my heart. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to check the link in my bio if you guys want to purchase anything from Dossier. My code Kayleen10 will get you 10% off. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.